What's up, guys? My name is Carsen. I'm the Olympic Sports Dietitian for the University of Arizona.
Hey everybody, my name is Tralewski and I'm the Director of Football Performance Nutrition.
Your performance nutrition team here today is going to take you on a tour of Sprouts grocery store, the one that's featured on Red Card.
Let's get after it.
We're at the protein and meat portion of the tour, so we have some examples here for you on some lean protein options that you can select for your meals. I have some chicken breasts here, and then I also have a grass-fed steak. Both options are equally high in protein. Steak's gonna be a little bit higher in fat, so if you are someone who is trying to add a little bit of mass, this is what you maybe wanna go for. Trying to cut down a little bit, chicken is gonna be your friend. Both whole meats and ground are great options, and Tara is going to talk to you about the ground meats.
Ground meats are other great options to have as well, whether you're making different meat sauces, picadillos, etc. Just make sure you go ahead and check out the lean and fat portion on any of them. And the cool part is a lot of this already shows you per serving how much protein that you have as well. Behind us, we have our deli and our meat section, and this is a great way that you can utilize the Sprouts grocery app. So athletes, go ahead and download that app to make sure that you are getting additional cost savings so you can stretch out your Red Card for even longer. If you don't have time to cook, we have different steak kebabs, different types of chicken, seafood, etc., where you can get all your various nutrient needs all in a one-stop shop.
And you can also use your Red Card funds to get a sandwich from our deli. They're only $4.99, so very good for lunch in a pinch.
Next on our stop is the egg section. For any of you that are looking to optimize, areas that we can kind of work on are switching more to our egg whites instead of our whole eggs, because sometimes the egg yolks have a little bit higher fat content, and we can reduce that by still keeping really high in protein with our egg whites. Plus, if you are a plant-based athlete, you can also focus on the plant-based egg whites as well.
And for our whole eggs, I have an example here of a brand called Happy Egg. This is an example of a brown shell egg. These are actually gonna have a darker yolk than would a white shell egg, and those are gonna be a lot richer in nutrients, have those healthier fats, vitamin E, etc. And these are gonna be a lot better for you than a standard sort of white egg. For our dairy section, one thing I want to point out to you is to pay attention when you're choosing your dairy products to the fat content. This is going to be the key indicator of how it's going to taste and also its nutrient profile. So for example, I have our beloved Shamrock milk right here. 2% reduced fat is going to mean that some of the fat has been taken out of the milk, so it's going to have a slightly less rich taste, but it still has a really favorable nutrient profile for just everyday drinking. And then for our Greek yogurt, we have our whole milk. So this is our whole 5% milk fat, which means none of the fat has been taken out of this yogurt. So it's going to be richer, taste a little bit better, and it's going to be slightly higher in calories. So if you're trying to, again, put some mass on, this would be your choice.
A couple other proteins to showcase in the dairy section are going to be our Chobani 20 grams. When you're looking for another great post-workout protein option, pair 1 cup of 1% chocolate milk along with another protein source with a meal for a full balanced meal so that you are recovering and meeting your daily protein goals.
If you're looking for some bread options to, say, make sandwiches or have with dinner, we have some examples for you to choose from. So over on my side, I have a loaf of sourdough. This is going to be a more simple carb, which is a little more fast digesting. So that's what you want to use for if you need some quick energy, or if you're getting a quick lunch before practice, this would be the way to go.
And then I have Dave's Killer Bread that has a whole bunch of fiber and added protein in here. This is more of a complex carbohydrate that you can have with your dinners and when you're building a more complex snack to make sure that you are sustained with energy for the day.
Now for everybody's favorite stop on the tour, the produce. I wanted to point out this amazing selection of vegetables here because yes, every meal should contain a fruit or vegetable. You really can't go wrong with any of the selection. My favorite way to cook vegetables is to roast them in the oven. So preheat your oven to 425, chop up your veggies, a little olive oil, salt and pepper, garlic powder, bake it for about 20 to 25 minutes. Comes out perfect every time.
We know that you guys are busy and we know that you're not going to spend 6 hours in the kitchen, and nor would we ask you to do that either. This entire section right behind me is full of all types of pre-made salads, different types of chopped fruits, vegetables. My favorite part of the grocery store tour is the pre-made meals section, and this might be my all-time favorite salad ever. So the beautiful part about Sprouts is they have a whole bunch of different meal options, along with you can get different sides such as chicken, Brussels sprouts, asparagus. When you are in a pinch and you don't have enough time to cook throughout the day, this is a great quick option where you get whole foods that also meet your own personal goals without spending hours in the kitchen.
Now in the frozen section, I just wanted to highlight some of my time-saving meal tips for you guys. So one of the things I love in the frozen section is the frozen rice, because I'm lazy too, all right? So all you have to do is just put it in the microwave for 3.5 minutes and it comes out perfect every time. If you don't want to make rice the conventional stovetop way, this is a great alternative. As well as frozen vegetables, there is a misconception that frozen is not as good as fresh. However, sometimes they can be higher in nutrients because they're picked before they ripen. So all of that stuff stays inside the bag when you cook it, and then it is twice as high in some of the nutrients.
And we all need a sweet treat in our life every once in a while, so still make sure that you're enjoying the foods that you're eating. That's the most important. These are some other ways that you can continue to add in protein to meet your daily goals, along with, hey, if you're not gonna eat all of the fresh meat that we talked about earlier, frozen is another great option.
Some of you guys are always asking me what snack should I buy at Sprouts, so I just wanted to give some examples for you. This would be a couple great things to keep either in your dorm room or at your apartment that you can grab in the morning before you head to early morning weights. So we have our That's It bars here, which are a simple source of carbohydrates, so very little fat or protein, so that you can easily absorb them and utilize them for energy. And then we have our Bobo's oat bars, which are going to be a little bit higher in fiber, so these are going to be a little bit slower digesting, but either way, both great options to have on hand.
We are always talking about high performance snacks, and that's the combination of pairing a protein and a carbohydrate together. So here we have Chomps. 2 of these have 20 grams of protein, and pair it with a lower carbohydrate carb. You can have 3 cups in 1 serving. Another high performance snack where we are pairing lower fat cottage cheese that's higher in protein, along with a higher fiber cracker that is going to be your carb section. Plus, go ahead and sprinkle some of this everything seasoning on top of it for a nice, sustainable, savory snack. This is a really fun section because you can go ahead and bulk make your own trail mix. We all know how expensive trail mix can be, and you want to make your own to make sure not only it has enough healthy fats, different protein, but also make it taste good as well. Plus, at select stores, they have various nut butters available that are a lot lower in processed items.
If you have a dietary restriction like I do, I love Sprouts because it has so many options for people that do have dietary restrictions. One thing I want to point out is the tags will actually have it. So right here you can see that these are both gluten-free and plant-based. All right, Wildcats, that concludes our tour for today. Thank you so much for following us around. As always, please let us know if you have any questions.
Thanks for shopping along with us today, and bear down.